In January 1947, in the Constituent Assembly of India, speaker after speaker were holding forth on what shape, what form the Constitution should take. The drone of the speeches had disposed Jawaharlal Nehru to a brief siesta. Suddenly, an organ voice filled the spacious hall, central hall of Parliament, with its richly cadenced sentences enforcing sound arguments with clear articulation. The future Prime Minister sat up and listened, and from then on gave the voice an attentive hearing. It was the voice of Father Jerome D'Souza, who at that time was the principal of Loyola College, Chennai, my alma mater. That speech, that event, that debate took Father Jerome D'Souza to the national stage and then to various international fora. Now, Father Jerome D'Souza set out to be a religious person, a private person. But then, that particular event, his talent as an orator, and because he was a person of balanced judgment, he won the respect and regard of the top leaders of the time. And so when India won independence, for the first 10 years after 1947, Father Jerome D'Souza was part of every Indian delegation to the United Nations. And that was not all. He was the informal ambassador to Nehru. Whenever some delicate or behind-the-scene negotiations had to be done with foreign governments, Father Jerome D'Souza was sent. The most notable one being the negotiations with the French government for the transfer of Pondicherry and several other territories to India. And as you can imagine, he was much in demand at the Vatican as a consultant on Asian affairs. He was much in demand by top universities around the world to speak on Indian politics, Indian culture, and contemporary history. Now here was a man, what a life. Here was a man who set out to be a priest, an educationist, someone who wanted a private life, but he led such a colorful public life. How did that happen? Just the power of his oratory. How did Pandit Nehru take notice of this priest from Chennai? The power of his words. And therefore, my friends, you speak well, you can literally go places. All that it takes is a debate, and debates lie at the heart of public speaking. And that's why we at the Bangalore Toastmasters Club try and organize a debate at least once a term called Verbatim. Now, a lot has changed since 1947, including the quality of debates. The strategy now is to shout the opponent down. And I'm sure the participants today will not take a leaf out of Times Now or not Goswami. And that you would put forth, you would focus on logic, on ideas, on reasoning, on sound arguments, on wit, on articulation. And we're going to witness a wonderful debate this evening. So on that note, I'd like to welcome on stage someone who's worked tirelessly to put this edition of Verbatim going. He is the pillar of my committee. He is a passionate Toastmaster. He is a staunch member of this club. My dear friends, put your hands together for the moderator of this evening's debate, the inimitable Joseph Das.